Hey, Coach, Steve Gress from the Gazette Times. I know you and Scott have a relationship before when you coached Patricia. How cool is that, to get an opportunity to come up here and go against him, someone that you knew, and help deliver a player to who really had a big impact on the program?
Well, I have so much respect for Scott and what he's built here, and he has a definite footprint that he has built into this program, his style, and which is very different from mine, but it's very definite. Some programs you can go and you can't quite see what a coach is doing there. You can see what Scott is doing here, and that's what I hope for my program at Troy as well. I hope people can see a definite blueprint or footprint of what I'm trying to do, which is run and make the game exciting. And just have the ultimate respect for him. He did coach one of my players. They recruited Patricia Bright from Pensacola State when I was a coach there at the junior college level, and they brought her here and did a phenomenal job with her. So when I saw we were playing, you guys, I knew what the game was going to be like. Even though I haven't watched a game this year, I knew I could envision what he tries to do, which is have the length and the shooters that can shoot, that are the tall shooters. And so it made me feel good to know I was playing him. I have a lot of respect for him, but I also had an idea what the game might be like.
Coach, kind of a daunting challenge to play Oregon State on its home court, and they've been so successful all year. What do you tell your team? I mean, I know you didn't come all this way to go home early. You have to feel you have a chance to win this game. What do you need to do that, and what is the message to your team?
We definitely feel like we have a chance to win this game. This is a phenomenal team, but we're strong. If they have a weakness, we're strong at that, which is pressing, running, pressuring up. It's just a great matchup. I mean, being a 15 seed, you're going to play a great team. But we feel like there's a niche there that if we get in it, we could be successful. So we think it's a great draw. It's a great draw.
Coach, what's been the key to building this program from when you took it over up until this point? Obviously, first tournament appearance since the mid-'90s. So just how have you done this over the last few years?
Well, we came in, we were just looking through the media books back there and looking at some of our records and actually taking a look at what's been done there in the last 4 years, what we've been able to accomplish. And, we took a team that averaged 49 points a game, and we've led our conference all 4 years and even 6 in the NCAA in scoring. The only way to do that is through faith and to believe in something that's not already there. And then when you have that faith and you have that vision of what something could be, is to sell that vision every day. My husband's here as a football coach, and he always quotes Napoleon Bonaparte that a leader is a dealer of hope. And so you just keep dealing hope, dealing hope, dealing hope every day. And that was my vision for the team, is to be very high scoring, exciting to watch. When I got to Troy University, they were building a brand new, beautiful arena. And so when I got the job, I walked in there, they were still putting the floor down and fixing everything. And I just envisioned that we could be exciting before we were good and score a lot of points before we could be good. And that's what happened. We had many games where we would score 90 points, but maybe the other team would score 91, score 106 points, the other team would score 107. And that's what it was like in the beginning. And now we're able to sustain those high-scoring games with some defense and win some of those games. So it began with the vision and selling the vision.
The tournament's also strange in that you're preparing, as you mentioned, you sort of had an idea of what Oregon State would look like, but hadn't watched them at all this season up until, I'm sure, you started studying film. So just what's it been like to sort of dive into studying an unknown opponent and only having a couple days to get ready for this game?
Well, you couple that with your first time to be at an event like this. It's all, in a good way, overwhelming. So we look around and we see, wow, we're so proud to have Troy University here on this national stage, and this is also, it's a dream come true for any coach to be here. But then you've got to look and say, but it's a basketball game we're coming to win. We've got to get in tune to the basketball game. So we start watching film, and just when I thought I couldn't watch any more film, I turned your TV channel on last night, and it was like a marathon of Oregon State women's basketball, and I could see on our group messages all of our team were watching it. I didn't think they would ever go to sleep last night because they were watching it, and the film that maybe we were trying to protect the team from seeing, they were watching it last night. So I have faith that all things are working for our good, and so I have faith that and even on the way here, I was waiting for the team to get here to catch up with me, and Ashley Beverly Kelly just texted me, we got to watch them on the TV last night. I'm so glad we did. And Anyway, just watching their style of play, it's so different than anything we've played against this year. We don't play against teams like this in the Sun Belt Conference. We don't play against teams with such a vision of just getting this tall, long athlete that can really shoot the ball and really do what this team's doing. So it's very different. It's like we're taking a crash course in this style of basketball. We want to learn everything we can between now and tip-off time because we feel like if we know it and we understand it and we don't fear it and we understand that we have something we can do against it, then we can be successful.
You said that this is a good matchup for you, but you just now said that you haven't seen teams quite like this in the Sun Belt. So maybe expand on that a little bit more. Why you feel that this maybe is probably the best scenario for you as far as a matchup can go? Well,
because I don't think they want to be pressured. I don't think that's their game. I don't think they want to play as fast as we do. On the other side of that, it's not like this team can't fast break. They look very smart and forceful when they're pushing the ball up the court. They make good decisions. They can finish in transition. But of all the film I've watched, I've never seen them have to do it for 40 minutes. For every play, 40 minutes. A relentless pushing and being pressured.
Where did you adopt your style? I mean, who are some of your influences on that 40 minutes of pressure type?
Paul Westhead, what they used to do at Loyola Marymount back in the day. Even at Troy University, if you look at our former men's basketball coach, Coach Maestri, I think he still holds a record for the most points scored in the game at like 130. Or what's the record? What did they score? Some 240. My bad. It was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous amount. But even there at Troy University, there's a history of on the men's basketball side of scoring lots and lots of points and doing it by using all the players on your team, subbing quickly, keeping players fresh. So those are all influences of mine.